First at 4, prosecutors call it a stunning plot to kidnap Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She just reacted to the allegations.
I've said it many times. We are not one another's enemy. This virus is our enemy. And this enemy is relentless.
What we've learned about the alleged plot and why the governor is putting some of the blame on President Trump.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Devin Skillian. First at 4, the allegations are stunning. Several men accused of plotting to kidnap the duly elected governor of Michigan. Governor Gretchen Whitmer just talked about that alleged plot here on Local 4, and this was part of her message this afternoon.
Hatred, bigotry, and violence have no place in the great state of Michigan.
We've got team coverage of this breaking story. We're going to start with defender Sean Lay on these charges. And so many people, I think, very fascinated to learn how the FBI was able to crack this case, Sean.
And that, Devin, is the key. We're here in Heartland right now. Behind me, the home of Ty Wicker, one of the men named in these charges as being part of this alleged group with these shocking allegations that the men were plotting and getting very close to launching this plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. You see the window behind me blown out, but the FBI rolled up here yesterday evening to serve a warrant here, crashing inside this mobile home unit. And you hit the nail on the head. The key is, how did the FBI get inside this group to stop this? Neighbor photos showing FBI raids going down here in Heartland, at this home in Waterford, and in multiple other homes from Orion Township to Milford to Sterling Heights, and all over the state. The feds say earlier this year they picked up what they call very real, very alarming chatter over social media, with what started with two men. The goal? To take violent action against multiple state governments they believe were violating the Constitution. Meetings were held. More members were recruited at a Second Amendment rally at the state capitol. The Fed said a group formed, then settled on a target, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, that they called a tyrant. The plan to kidnap the governor.
Adam Fox, Barry Croft, Ty Garbin, Caleb Franks, Daniel Harris, and Brandon Caserta conspired to kidnap the governor from her vacation home in the Western District of Michigan before the November election.
Back here live in Heartland. So, Devin, we're talking about two big headlines here. A group forming to allegedly launch this plot to kidnap the governor. We're talking about key details from the FBI, like buying a taser and exploding some sort of device as part of their plans, and how the FBI, the other part of the headline is how the FBI got inside this group at the very beginning. And it's all about chatter on social media. So at 5 o'clock, more about how the FBI got inside, what they found once they were inside this group. And then you can only imagine the reaction we're getting from neighbors, not just from here, but closer in to Metro Detroit, places like Waterford, Orion Township neighbors. They, as you can imagine, Devin, can't believe it.
No doubt. And we've obviously got a lot of neighborhoods to check, given the map that you just showed us. All right, Sean, we will see you again at 5. Let's bring in now Hank Winchester, who's been looking into who these suspects are. There's quite a few of them to track down. Hank, what do we know so far?
And Devin, we do know this investigation was massive, stretching all over the state of Michigan into Ohio. And we did learn today that there are a number charged who live here in Metro Detroit. These are just some of the men at the center of this massive investigation. William Knoll, seen here in a mugshot, and also seen here in video at the Capitol in Lansing. Another facing charges, Michael Knoll. Eric Molitor is also charged and being investigated as this moves forward. Adam Fox is 34. He's from Grand Rapids, also charged. Investigators say Fox was the owner of the business where meetings were being held and where the alleged plot to get Whitmer was discussed. He attended Aquinas College and has no criminal history. Ty Garbin is 24. He's from Heartland. His home was raided Wednesday. He, too, does not have a criminal past. Caleb Franks is from Waterford. He is now charged and also does not have a prior criminal history. Daniel Harris is 23. He's from Lake Orion. Again, no criminal history. Brandon Castira is 32, from Canton. Again, until this incident, no criminal past. Paul Beller is 21. He's from Brighton. No criminal history. Sean Fix is 38 from Belleville, and like the others, never had run-ins with the law until this investigation unfolded. Ned Timmons is a longtime security expert. He's investigated many hate and militia groups in Michigan over the years and is well aware they've been working to recruit.
Well, they want a bigger army, of course. They want to increase their numbers and increase their power and the ability to threaten and intimidate people.
Back out here live, and Timmons says it is not a big surprise that these groups have been working to recruit and grow in numbers during the last 18 months. He says typically they keep their activity off of the internet because they know FBI agents and investigators are looking there. They do most of their recruitment by word of mouth and then get together in northern Michigan or other locations where they work to formulate their plans. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester. Devin, back to you.
And so few of them with any kind of criminal history, which means they weren't exactly on law enforcement radar heading into this. All right, Hank, more to come from Hank later on this afternoon. Now, also today, Governor Whitmer acknowledged the COVID pandemic has, of course, been tough on all of us, but she pointed to President Trump for setting a bad example while dealing with a crisis.
Our head of state has spent the past 7 months denying science, ignoring his own health experts, stoking distrust, fomenting anger, and giving comfort to those who spread fear and hatred and division. Just last week, the President of the United States stood before the American people and refused to condemn white supremacists and hate groups like these two Michigan militia groups.
Now, we've been in Lansing getting reaction from state lawmakers. The governor's relationship with Republican leaders is, of course...
All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all honors and glory and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace to the Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of the earth. And what you just saw and what you just witnessed of pretty much this is really Esau versus Esau. Okay, you got these militia groups that's trying to turn up, basically, because, they at that point where they pretty much don't have nothing to lose. But this is all in the spirit, this is all Bible prophecy, how, like, these militia groups want to come after the U.S. government. And, and this is all Bible prophecy, okay? Because now, this is really getting on edge with Esau versus Esau. Okay, and like here in Michigan, you got a lot of militia groups, pretty much, basically, and over here they're hardcore to the T. I remember back when I was a kid, back in '95. I remember when what's his name, Timothy McVeigh. He went to Oklahoma to set a bombing at a government building. And the people he was connected to were like 3 members of the Michigan militia, pretty much. And so the Michigan militia groups, they're pretty much, always been pretty much extremists, But this is all, Bible prophecy that's going on, and that's what kind of put me in the spirit to do this video that I'm doing right now. And so, Slakia, and the first scripture that I want to get will be Isaiah chapter 19, verses 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and that shall fight one another, his brother, and everyone against his brother, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom and kind. And and that's what's pretty much been going on, like especially with this corona, this so-called, this coronavirus been going on. More things has been just getting exposed, And so we're pretty much at the end of this wicked kingdom. But before all this prophecy of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, okay, it has to go down. But these Edomites, are, they know in their spirit that that their kingdom is pretty much done, and that's why they acting the way they acting. They're used to having this so-called white privilege, okay, and that's being taken away from them, okay. Um, the curses have fallen on them. They're losing a lot of their people through the opioids, because even the opioids, that's still been going up, even with this COVID thing going on. Pretty much losing them through suicide, because a lot of people have been committing suicide this year. You still have people dying of natural causes, pretty much, But I want to get another scripture right quick. Book of Mark, chapter 3, verses 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand in God. And this is what you are witnessing right now, because this kingdom is divided right now. Okay, you got these Edomite groups that want to go over against the government, and this is all Bible prophecy coming to pass. Okay, these Edomites are on the edge, and then on top of that, also too, because you have over over 60 million people that are not working, so you have a lot of people that's on edge right now, because the most dangerous person on this planet is a person that don't have nothing to lose, and believe me, a lot of these people don't have nothing to lose, Let me get the next scripture. And if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against Satan himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end and kind, Yeah, and so with all these protesters and all these different groups, because I know Jennifer Granholm, her and Donald Trump, they've been having extinction of words for months, and pretty much, they're making it because our governor here in Michigan is a Democrat governor, and Donald Trump is a Republican governor, and they try to make it Republican against Democrat, but it's still all Edomites. Okay, I'm gonna get another scripture right quick. Okay, 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and I'm gonna go to 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Let me go to the next one. For there shall be 17 arming men, and inviting one another, they shall not regard their kings, neither princes, and they chose of their actions shall stand in their power. God. And let me get another one. A man shall desire to go into a city, and he be not able. Because like because we're at the time where they want to bring out pretty much this RFID microchip and make everybody take it, But these Edomites, this is how we're at the end of this captivity. Okay? You got these Edomites fighting against themselves. You got, these kingdoms going against each other of Edom and Edom. Okay? But it's getting serious out here. So stay prayed up. Okay? To Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But with that, Lord willing, this is an edifying video. But with that, I want to give all honors and glory praises due to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the folk on this earth. Shalom and above.